Alrighty, welcome back to Vampire Survivors, everybody. Last time we had a pretty bad run, actually. We failed a bit there down the stretch. I'm a little bit disappointed with the way that went. Let's get a point in this. We're gonna buy a few small upgrades right now. I think seems like a decent time to do so. I guess by some I mean one because that's all I could afford after that abysmal performance last time. We did unlock what we wanted to, and I think honestly, we're going to just continue down because we've done wins with Hintonio on both maps. So I think we go right back to Imelda, who we have not won with yet, and continue to work our way through because now we don't need to do anything with any of these others to unlock anything else. I don't think at the moment. So let me double check that. I think the last two achievements are to evolve Garlic and yeah, okay. So Imelda it is. Let's switch it up. Let's go Mad Forest because the library has been whooping our ass lately. I don't know what's going on with that. But here we are. I think Magic Missiles is a good starting item. Don't have to really concern yourself with aiming too much. You just kind of you gotta move through the masses. So instantly, right now, we're thinking a piece of equipment we need is Tome for sure, because that gets to start an evolution of this. But we'll see. We gotta work our way through some stuff here. There's Garlic. We do want to evolve Garlic in this run, so getting early Garlic is big. And I think Garlic is really honestly at its peak early. I think you just kind of try to bulldoze a bit early on to speed up your progression and get a little bit ahead of the curve. Because with Garlic early on, you can just kind of run right into the teeth of the enemy. As long as you keep up with it. There's a certain point where, like I said, it falls off for sure. Okay, there's the Tome. So we have our evolution condition in place for the wand. But that's neither here nor there. There is a champion here. So we're a minute in. Just going to play this kind of close to the vest. I am taking a little bit of damage here, which is a little sketchy. But I guess it's fine as long as I go and grab the chicken here after we hopefully kill this fellow. He dropped, well, it appears he dropped a, so I'm trying to think of what my build here is going to be. So we're looking for Pulmonaria or whatever to cover Garlic. We have Tome already, so that's 2. If we're going to go for Peckhones and the Ebony Burn or whatever, it's going to take 2 more spots. We'll have space for Hollow Heart, theoretically. Garlic over Tome. Definitely should be focusing on the bats because they seem to die much more easily than these tree stump fellows here. Giving us a little bit of trouble. They're kind of standing in our way of evolution and growth and evolving ourselves. Magic Wand again, I think is big. Like I said, equipment kind of comes secondary for me. I'm not afraid of the bat hordes. You can just kind of stand your ground and get a ton of XP from them. So it kind of works out. Duplicator, yes. And that's going to be one of those spots that's going to work well for us because we do plan on going for both of our last 2 evolutions we need here. We did decide on Whip. So nice. I feel like we're off to a pretty solid start here. Nothing's perfect in this game, but it's not a bad start by any stretch. Okay, so we have 1 more space for evolution stuff, and we're not gonna. Let's go Spellbinder. No, duration doesn't seem like it's great. Let's just go Spinach. Let's go Spinach and look for Fire Wand for our last piece of evolution. And then hopefully the game doesn't just decide to throw at us a big sad moment where we can't take a bird. Because now we're We're kind of locked in on what items we want. And I don't know if it's just me, but in my few runs trying, I feel like it's been difficult to find the birds. Spinach again. Like I feel like I find the ebony wings somewhat regularly, but finding ebony wings and pecons in one run is turning out to be somewhat of a challenge, it seems like. Okay, get rid of this guy. Hey, wand level up. We're working our way there. Garlic? Garlic over whip. Because here's the thing, if I can evolve garlic and we still fail, that's still a step in the right direction. Okay, so let's continue. Man. I'm going to take this because it is going to aid ourselves in evolution, but it's very rare that you'll see me pass on Duplicator. I think if I didn't need the evolution for achievement purposes on Garlic, I probably just roll with my usual plan to take Duplicator there. I think Duplicator overall just makes us stronger. Okay, whip. Whereas Pulmoria is kind of a defensive item. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incredibly wrong. Pulmonaria. I haven't looked at the word long enough to recognize what the word actually is. Did we say we're going King's Bible? We did not say we were going King's Bible. That's right, we passed up on that option to try to go for Fire Wand instead because we considered Spinach to be a better sub-item than Duration from Spellbinder. So that's fine. I think that's fine. Although I could definitely see us getting Hornswoggled here. Do we have everything we need? Whip, Tome, Spinach Heart. So we could take equipment, but like I said again, I think it is more important to focus on getting your stuff evolved first if you can. You have the right stuff for it. Although, again, I do think Candelabra is a pretty sizable upgrade for... A little bit saddening, but it's level 7, so that's good. We're one level off of getting to the point where we can evolve our magic wand, and that'll be a nice help. It is kind of funny, though, because I think I was initially with the Populace, including Northern Lion, and thinking that the forest was a more difficult stage than the library, but lately the library's been putting it on us. We've hit a losing streak in the library. I'm not entirely sure what's caused it. I would really appreciate it if we could get our other duplicator back at some point. Or, you know, get our wand to level 8 and just kind of start to work our way out of this bad situation we found ourselves in. Bats, yes, thank you for the free chunks of XP. The bats themselves are no matter. It's when they start bringing packs of other terrible things with them and causing bodily harm that it starts to become an issue. Oh. Let's take Fire Wand. I really honestly probably should have taken Garlic, but this sets us in motion so that we have everything that we plan to evolve at least level 1. So we'll see them more regularly at this point so that we can start to level them up as we go. The birds are kind of... It's bird waiting room at this point. We have a solid 20-something minutes to work with to try to find ourselves... Oh, this Peckholm's good. But now here's where the game can kind of royally just tell us to shove it. That was one of those situations right there, if you just saw, where the Bat Pack brought friends with, and it became really dangerous really quickly. Okay, Wand level 8, now we can go kill this champion with no inhibitions. We're gonna kind of focus on that. Oh, when we've done it. Oh! We did not get an evolution. I must be because it's still too early. I guess there's the game kind of puts a stopper in place. I've had this happen before. It's a little unfortunate. I'd prefer if they didn't do things like that, but I can't complain with a 3-reel slot machine. Honestly, when I see 3, I normally would let it play out, but who's got time for that in this day and age? Okay, Pecone. Let's just take Pecone. We don't want to add something to our build too hastily because, like I said, we want to keep ourselves with options available in case the level up or treasure chests. I guess treasure chests not included because those tend to just give you only things you have already. But the level ups, we don't want it to throw us a situation where we have to take something we don't want. Garlic, level 5. It'd be kind of cool is when we get to the point where we can evolve stuff in time. It'd be really nice if we got like a triple and it just evolved like 3 things at once. We just got like a hyper upgrade. I would be really all about that. But we have to get ourselves in a position for that to happen first. Right now, we're not there yet. But we are getting close. Some of our stuff is getting up there in level. Those bats got massacred. Their bodyguards that they tried to bring with them did nothing for them. Duplicator, yes. Here is a bat. And I know I was just talking about how cool it would be to get like upgrades on all of our stuff at once, but okay, we're gonna let this one play because it's a 5-er. Can't ever be sad about seeing 5. But we again did not evolve anything. We did get some things leveled up though, which is good. Whip's at 5, Garlic's at 6. I wonder if it's get like the 10-minute mark. I think that's what I came to the conclusion of last time, but the fact that we're pretty close to evolving multiple things before we get to the point where we can actually evolve stuff is a really good sign for our outlook on the run. Garlic, level 7. Eventually, I would appreciate it if I could get candelabras as well to make our area of effect on Garlic be pretty juicy. A little sketchy because these bats are kind of aggressive and they're honestly kind of boxing me in a bit here. You know what? I was kind of happy. There's a big praying mantis here. This must be the point where you can start to get evolutions when you get your first kind of mega-sized fellow coming after you. I was actually kind of almost praising Santa Water last run because I thought it was doing really well, but I think that's probably what led to my failure. I couldn't see the whatever was hiding in the blue flames of death trying to murder me. We're being closed in on here, and I don't really know why. I'm scared. I would like to escape from this if I can. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes I feel like the flowers just go, and then other times I feel like they hang around until you're dead. Thankfully, we have decided on the escape route. Okay, there's our evolved wand, so that's good. Theoretically speaking, we should be able to... Nice. Evolve another one, it says we get another chest, and that is exactly what happened. Let's go Spinach 5, we'll hold off on taking other equipment just in case the game tries to hornswoggle us into some nonsense, as they do so often. Whip level 6. We are starting to put out some nice damage. We're going to get spicy meatballs now as well. It's kind of cleaning up. Rune Tracer, I'm sorry, but you're not getting taken today. This thing kind of shreds. I'm sad that this isn't an actual item you can just have permanently, because that'd be fun. So we weren't getting all 3 things evolved at one time, but we could get 2, because I think we're about to get the whip to that situation. Again, not taking anything new here, we're just going to level up what we got. We're doing some very, very substantial damage. I'm happy with how things are going to this point. There's Pekhones. Let's continue to level him up. But we do need Ebony Wings to show up eventually here. There is a Ruby down there, which I want. So I'm going to make my way down there without any inhibitions, because it seems like there is nothing to even try to stop me right this moment. There's a bat. We have 2 level 8s. So evolution should be a... we've been hornswoggled. They do this to us way too frequently. I'm not happy about this. That's disappointing. Guess we'll pivot into knife. It's really kind of frustrating. I guess when you're trying to do multiple things, it's a little rough, but it's at the same time you kind of have to, or else you're SOL, right? So there's Whip. Whip is now evolved. It feels like you have to be planning your evolution tree or whatever, and for all your items and stuff like that, but it seems like if you get down to just one slot, you're kind of hosed. You're there, you're stuck with it. We're also probably not going Candelabra now, because we're probably going Gauntlets as a result of the knife joining the party. Getting the bird evolution's not easy. It seems like I never see all of them. I see one or the other of the birds. The ghost horde's not so scary, but the werewolves they're dragging with them a little bit scary. But we're kind of this is a little troublesome, because when this starts to happen, it gets a little hectic when you're kind of dragging along a pack of enemies and you don't get any of the XP from them because of the fact that they are... Like, it kind of, I guess, happens regardless of direction you're moving, but it seems like it happens substantially more when you're moving up the screen. Okay, there's bracers. But we kind of got out of the situation, out of that lifestyle there, and now we are here. So we're going to try to work downward against the grain here. There's a rainbow money sack. I want that. There's a bat. Hello, bat. I wish that I wouldn't knock them back so far, because I want to do consistent damage and destroy them. I think we're only ready for one evolution here. And we should get our garlic evolution here, if I'm not mistaken. And we did. We got our garlic evolution. I haven't seen this yet. Okay, we're like a walking black hole now. It's kind of terrifying looking. How's the damage from it? It looks like it's okay. And it looks like we're also healing. With the whip in this, I kind of feel safe. But we have knocked out another evolution here. We are now wise to the world of garlic evolution. I was going to say, it doesn't seem like anything can get in here, but it looks like some stuff is making its way in. It's just By the time they get in, they're kind of already beat down. Okay. Empty tome. Knives. We're in another plant circle. That's a little concerning. There's also a werewolf boss trying to murder me. We might die here. I'm going to try to get out of this situation. It did not look good for me. The plant circle combat arena that they set up was ousted. A little terrifying, honestly. I thought I was dead. That was a sneaky maneuver by them, honestly. There's a lot of XP back there. I would like to hook around and grab it, but or maybe this will give me an orb. No, it did not. Okay, so also there is treasure. The chest was on the ground though before I got that to level 8, so I don't think I'm evolving here. But I can hope. Oh, I did evolve. Okay, I thought if the chest dropped before you got something to level 8, you were just kind of SOL on it. But now we're going to continue to... There's an orb. That's an avalanche of XP. Yes, why, yes, I will take all sorts of good things. Okay, gauntlets leveled up. We have lots of Praying Mantis on the screen at this point. We are past the halfway point, and we're pretty evolved now. We got our Fire Wand left to evolve. And Peckhorns won't evolve because you can never get Peckhorns and the Ebony Wings at the same time. It's a little frustrating, I'll be honest. It kind of seems like it's always one or the other. But in future videos, we'll continue to try for it. Because I'm a man of great discipline with this game. I will try to find my way with every bit of information. But yeah, so you guys are probably seeing this one on Friday, I guess. This video dropped on Friday. There'll be some, over the weekend we'll get some new content. I'm trying something new right after this, so you guys, this may not even be right because I may space things out a little bit, but I may not as well. I can't tell. My brain is an enigma. So glad I have Peckhorn. It's such a lovely item. And I can only hope that the evolution for them is worth it, because they, as items themselves, are kind of bad, it seems like. This is a little rough, because there's not a ton of... yeah, let's evolve our Fire Wand. Alright, so we're evolved out. We're kitted the fuck out at this point. That's good. I'm happy with that. I am just a little bit sad. Like I said, I would have loved to have gotten the other evolution in this run as well, but maybe it's kind of one of those things you have to throw caution to the wind and just get what you can in each run. That's the Isaac in me coming out, though. It's when I start a run of Isaac, I'm always in with the mindset that, you know, I want to do as much as possible in a single run in terms of unlocks and completion marks and all that stuff. So it's kind of... it's just something that's naturally born within me. I feel like we're pretty well off right now. Well, it's still early. The hard part of the run has not yet shown its face, but we really haven't had much of any snags in this run at all. It's kind of been just an evaporation mess from the start. We did really well. We got several multi-slot machine chests, so I think that kind of definitely set us ahead. I would say we're a good 7 items ahead of where we would be normally without those types of things. And then we hit a 5 and we hit a 3. So you drop one of each of those out, and I think we're 6 or 7 items ahead, I think, from like where a normal run would have been at this point. And I guess that's kind of very dependent, so that you could always say, oh, well, you could be that far ahead in general if you just played right, and stuff like that. Your aggressiveness definitely puts some subjectivity into that conversation. But I'm not gonna lie, the sounds that are being made by everything firing off is somewhat loud, directly in my ear. Bring your bats. I will eat them all with my black hole of doom. There's a mummy boss who almost murdered me. We'll heal it back, though, I believe. Oh, we're possibly dying. The onslaughts of bat rushes are kind of putting us in a terrifying situation. I did not expect this. I guess we did just hit the 20-minute mark where things happen to go a certain direction sometimes. A little risky for me to run in there like that. All for this. Okay, Picone is level 8. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the evolution... Maybe you can only get one or the other on a run, and once you hit the level 8 and get a chest, it gives you the other one. That would be kind of interesting. Okay. The game is giving us things. We're pretty early on Moneybag here. Hello, plants. I forget that we are now at the point where plants are just your household enemy for a while. There's a lot of money out here. And by money, I mean XP, clearly. It's hard to tell what's exactly happening, so I'm kind of moving through these flower boys very carefully. Because I do know the kind of damage that they can put out if you are irresponsible. And Peckle's actually, when he circles around correctly, he does do some damage. This is kind of your breath-catching stage here, when you got the flowers, because they don't move very quickly, and they don't really put a ton of pressure on you unless you're surrounded. It's the game's way of saying prepare yourself, because it's going to get ugly. But it is what it is, because we should be okay. Now, admittedly, we do have to remember that we're not going to get any stronger the rest of this run. This is kind of, we're at endgame build here for the next 8 minutes. I still could see this being a loss. We may not have enough damage. I'm hoping I'm wrong on that, but the game definitely ramps real hard there at that 5 minutes remaining mark. And if you are not prepared for it, it can end you real quick. Oh, excuse me, but we'll do our best. We're 5 evolutions deep. In the library, it turns the champions all. The last waves turn into like a bunch of champion bats, if I'm not mistaken. The last 5 minutes on this one, I think, are all the plant ladies, if I'm not mistaken. But we are picking up some good coinage, which we do want, because we do want to keep continuing to work on our meta progression. Because all things truth untold, we still have a lot of stuff to unlock on Matter Progression that will make us and our runs even stronger, so. But that is the way it goes. One thing I do need to do is I need to go through and make playlists for all these new series that we're doing. I say all these, but I've got 2 going right now, like that I'm substantially kind of working on, but it's not neither here nor there. The plants are trying to kill me. All right, we're about to enter the critical stage. That was a big zombie that I just blasted off the screen. He appears gone now. He was apparently not a champion. He just... I saw the big shadow of him get launched, and I was concerned about his well-being, but he seems to have either fled completely or... Here we go. Here comes the madness. The madness is here. Honestly, probably should keep those types of chests around in these situations for if I do need a wall chicken. Hopefully I won't. I have enough. I have a ton of healing in this build, so any little tiny chunks of damage that I would take should hopefully be relatively harmless. Ooh, excuse all yawning, I'm a little bit tired today. It's kind of interesting because it seems like the waves of enemies are kind of chilling still right now. I guess we're not technically at the super insane yet, but... the last 5 minutes it kind of ramps. It ramps on you. This is where it starts. You can see the jostling at the edges of the screen. That's how you know you are now entering the danger zone. But we are kind of... we're just going to kind of do this... I've done this before at the end of runs, and it's worked well. It's just kind of this snaking motion, left to right, to make sure that we have a little bit of room between the knives and our big onion effect here. Onion, garlic. We can just kind of clear out enough left to right space to avoid being trapped in too heavily, hopefully. We're, as Northernland would say, we're schmoovin'. Yeah, I mean, it's... the ghosts do add a little bit of trouble to the mix, but it's not a ton. I guess you probably don't even need to move up the screen, you can just kind of make full circles. And clear out a little fighting pit for yourself. Although, I do think I prefer the upward snaking. It feels more comfortable to me, it makes me feel more at ease. I feel like you're able to move a bit out of like the spawning range, because if you just run straight up, this may be even better. Although we are starting to run into some congestion here. Oh, it looked like congestion, but now it seems like it's okay. I think going the other way and there's a lot more room for the game to spawn things, right? Maybe I had it backwards. It's the amoeba guys you run into in the library. This is where you get the champion bats. Okay. I'm getting out of there. That was scary. I was trying to prove a point by standing in the pocket, but like I said, I could just run upwards and avoid most of my troubles. And I think that's part of the problem I have with the library is there's not a lot of room to just make a break for it. Whereas here I can just jettison my way upward and avoid all troubles. Like if they wanted to make the end of this more difficult, you add some boundaries to the wall, like to the areas of the map. Because it's kind of weird how this one has no boundaries in any direction, and then you have a complete narrow boundary in the library. And maybe that's by design, that this is kind of meant to be your introductory level and whatnot. And it allows you to kind of use the ability, the fact that the spawning is a little bit harder to keep up from the north. If you're constantly moving to territory that was not on screen priorly. In the library, you can't really do that. Because going left and right, you have that kind of, there's not that much of a difference. Alright, 10 seconds. We'll have our victory with this fine woman. Dracula. Dracula is here, and Dracula failed to kill us. Sweet, we evolved Garlic. And we are now one evolution away from being done with all of our achievements. Which still, again, we have not come across both of them in a single run. So it's a little bit hard to do. Let's go ahead and do some power-ups to end the video off. Movement speed's not exactly there, but this seems good. I think getting levels faster seems like a good call. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. And next time we'll try to continue our process of trying to evolve the bird. So we'll see you guys next time, and I appreciate you all watching.